Hi, my name is Megan Kennedy, and I'm the Liaison Librarian for the Faculty of Nursing at the University of Alberta. Today I'm going to talk to you about the PICO framework and how you can use this to generate an effective research question. So asking an effective research question is one of the first steps to completing your literature review. I'll be taking you through the steps of defining your PICO research question and will provide an example of this in practice. So as a reminder, PICO stands for P, population or problem, I for intervention, C is for comparison, and O for outcome. T stands for timing, and S stands for setting. P, I, C, and O are considered to be the core components of PICO, with the T and S being optional, depending on your research topic. So in more detail, P for population or problem. You're trying to determine the specific characteristics of your population or patient, or what is the problem, condition, or disease you're interested in researching. Use as much of this information in your research question as possible. For example, is your population defined by age, sex, health condition? Make sure to include those. I refers to intervention. This is the treatment used to address the health condition or problem facing your population or patient. An example of an intervention is any sort of drug treatment or surgery, or perhaps a rehabilitation treatment. C stands for comparison. Often when there is no obvious direct comparison, this element of PICO is actually omitted. When you're not comparing something directly, you are really comparing it against all other interventions and no intervention at all. O relates to the outcome, and this is the measure you would like to examine to determine the effectiveness of your intervention. For example, measuring complications that arise after a particular intervention or determining death and morbidity rates. Finally, time and setting. Time stands for time or timing, and this can refer to any time-dependent element of your research topic. For example, the time to display an outcome of interest. S refers to the setting. This can be varying. So is there a specific setting you're interested in examining in your research question? For example, are you looking specifically at an intervention used in the emergency department or intensive care unit? So how do you take your research topic to a research question using PICO? Use the information you have from your research topic and slot it into the appropriate section of PICO. For example, here's my research topic: team sports to reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes in children age 8 to 12. Broken down into the PICO format, we have the population, which is children, specifically those age 8 to 12. The intervention here is team sports. There is no direct comparison, and the outcome I'm interested in measuring is the risk for type 2 diabetes. So in a research question format, in children aged 8 to 12, is participation in team sports such as soccer an effective intervention to reduce the risk of developing type 2 diabetes? This example demonstrates that PICO can be an effective tool for taking your general research topic, applying the PICO framework, and generating an effective research question. Once this question is formulated, you can begin your work of searching the literature. Struggling with your PICO? Don't forget to contact your librarian for any sort of assistance with your literature review.